So the Kansas City Chiefs are looking very good in OTAs, and it makes me excited for what's to come next season. Now, a key player that I've been seeing in OTAs as shining is Skyy Moore. Now, our wide receiver coach said he got bigger, he got faster, he's stronger now, and he's not that little puppy from last season. Now, I'm glad Skyy Moore is showing improvement because a lot of Chiefs fans was writing him off because of the bad season he had last year. But you gotta remember, man, Reed killed his confidence by making him a punt returner. And we just know he's naturally a wide receiver, and Juju was in the slot most of the time, not giving Skyy Moore them opportunities to come in the game and dominate. But against the Chargers, Skyy Moore had a very good game. That's why I know it's still hope for Skyy Moore, and that he could do that on a consistent level if he just keeps getting the snaps and he keeps playing. And Andy Reid did say that Skyy Moore is going to be starting next season. So he did say that Skyy Moore is going to be starting next season. He's going to have a way bigger role. So I'm honestly excited to see what's going to be next for Skyy Moore and how good he's going to be next season, because I do have a lot of faith in him. Now, another player to watch is Justin Ross. Now, Justin Ross has been dominating OTAs. He's catching balls at the high point. He's literally burning cornerbacks and catching the ball. Like, Justin Ross is looking very healthy. He's looking fast. And he's looking similar to the Clemson Ross, and he's definitely a lock to make the roster. Now, Andy Reid has been working in the OTAs around. He's been working with all the wide receivers, letting them do punt returns and stuff. And not only wide receivers, running backs as well, like the Deneric Prince. Now, he's saying the Deneric Prince is going to be, well, not Andy Reid, but our special teams coach was saying that the Deneric Prince could be a very good kick returner / punt returner, and how he has the strength for it, he has the speed for it, and he reminds him of this other punt returner that's a very good punt returner. So I'm honestly excited to see where that comes in, and that means that the Deneric Prince will be making the roster. And I did make a video on him a month ago. It has 22,000 views on YouTube right now. I said the Deneric Prince is going to make the roster, and he's honestly a lock to make the roster as a kick returner and a punt returner, and that would put him as running back 3. And I do think he could also be a very good running back, just in case Pacheco can't be in the game. So yeah, man, I'm excited to see that too. But yeah, the Chiefs are just looking very good overall in OTAs. Justin Watson's looking very good. Justin Ross is looking very good. John Ross, I haven't seen much from him, but I'm pretty sure he's doing good. Rashee Rice was looking nice too. I like the way Rashee Rice is looking. So honestly, it's a lot going on in the Chiefs OTAs that we love. And it's looking like Jawan Taylor's going to be taking snaps at left tackle. I see a lot of snaps to him at left tackle in OTAs, and they said the defensive line, even though this is no tackling, the defensive line is still generating pressure on the blitz. And yeah, man, and even the corners, everybody's doing good, and I love to see what the Chiefs are doing at OTAs. And I also forgot to talk about Richie James. Now, Richie James, right? We don't know what he's going to be. Is he going to be a 700-yard receiver? Is he going to be a special teamer? Like, we don't know what's about to happen. But I think if he could put up like a good 5-something with the Giants, he definitely could come to the Kansas City Chiefs and he could produce for us. And I honestly just can't wait to see it, man. And we got all these different wide receivers. It really gives you a lot of hope. And like, okay, we got Patrick Mahomes, we got Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, and a bunch of young wide receivers. So it really gives you hope that something's going to be able to be done with these wide receivers. And I think this wide receiver corps could be good. And when you have a guy like Justin Ross, and our wide receiver coach is saying how he's never seen anything like Justin Ross, but he's saying that the Chiefs don't have anything like Justin Ross, and we need him. So that clearly means he's gonna make the roster. And if you think I'm lying, you can literally look it up on Twitter. It's true. He said that. So Justin Ross is safe, and it's safe to say he's on the roster, and he's safe on the roster. He has a spot on the roster. So yeah, and I really like that. I really think he should be the wide receiver 1. I mean, he has all the abilities. I mean, he's the person you can just throw it up to. He's gonna catch it. Like I said, he can run routes, and he played in the SEC, and he had 1,000 yards as a freshman, bro. So this guy has a lot of experience, and he's used to playing in big moments in college and Clemson and the Natties. So he's used to playing in big moments. Then you got Richie James, who I think is going to be solid. Because if he have a solid year with the Giants and Daniel Jones, then what is he going to do with Patrick Mahomes? A better year if he plays enough. You got Skyy Moore, who I think could break out, and you got Rashee Rice. So if we even don't get a top-tier wide receiver, you got to remember, the Chiefs' offense is a spread-out offense. Like, it's a balanced offense. We run as well. But when it comes to wide receivers, we get the ball to everyone. Like Mahomes said, it's going to be a different guy every week. We know last year MVS had his games. Juju had his games. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we're gonna be fine regardless, and I just love how they're looking in the OTAs. And another thing I love is this defense, right? This defense. Comes to the defense, I already love the Drew Tranquil pick. I mean, it was honestly just a perfect. I said a pick. Sorry, the Drew Tranquil addition. It was a perfect addition to the squad. He lacks what Nick Bolton has, right? Like, I guess he's not a big tackler like Nick Bolton, like a crazy good tackler, but he can still tackle pretty well. What I meant to say is what Nick Bolton lacks what Drew Tranquil has, right? Not only could Drew tackle, he could cover very well. He could also sack. So he's like a versatile linebacker, and Nick Bolton is a very good linebacker. He's working on his coverage. So them two is just lethal. And you still got Willie Gay Jr., who's also a very underrated, solid linebacker. You got Leo Chanel, who's made big plays in the Super Bowl. So our linebacker room is looking like the best in the NFL. Then when you touch on the defensive line, I love Carl Aptis. I love FAU. I love Charles Omenihu. I love Chris Jones. I love Keandre Coburn. I love the defensive line as a whole. And when we touch on the secondary, you got Trent McDuffie and Steve, who's both going to have huge years. You got Brian Cook, year two. I could see him being very good. You got Chamari Connor, who we just drafted. So I just love to see that the Chiefs are building a young physical defense, and they're trying to take the load of Patrick Mahomes and not trying to make him Superman every year and giving him a good offensive line. The game is won at the line of scrimmage, so a good defensive line with a good offensive line should win you games. And I'm just excited to see all of this in the OTAs translate to the next season, and I can't wait, man. We're really back at this point of the year again. So yeah, man, I just love what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. And another thing we didn't talk about, I have another breakout candidate now. This one's in the tight end room, Jody Fortson. Now, I love the plays that Jody Fortson made last year, and I'm honestly rooting for him. I want to see him have a big year. I want to see him do well because he's a very good player, right? Jody is a very good player. Very good player. He's like a wide receiver, but he plays tight end. And I just love how he's a big-bodied wide receiver. He could be a red zone threat. And I think he should get more snaps this season coming up. And I do think he's due for a breakout season. I mean, he's wanted it for a minute. He's talking about he wants to break out this year. And I feel him. Like, he cares about his NFL career. He wants to make some noise. He wants a big name for himself. And I think he's someone to watch. And I love his game. I should make a video on him. I'm going to make a video on him. I love his game. He's a very good player. And I know he didn't have the most stats, but it's more than stats sometimes. Just look at what he does in games. And I'm definitely going to make a video on him because he's a very good player in my opinion. And he needs to play more. And he's a big-bodied red zone threat. And he could also be a deep threat because sometimes he could go deep. And he has a lot of speed for his size. And he has a wide catch radius. So it's going to be exciting to see this new-look Chiefs team for the season that's coming up. And I can't wait. I know y'all can't wait either. It's for your boy Chiefs Priority. And I'm out, man. Peace.